All right, so let's get going. All right. Hey now, how are you doing? Want to welcome you to the next episode of Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat. I can't wait to talk about this man because I love him. 100%. This is one of the people I say all the time. I try to hype people up. I don't need to hype up this man because he really is one of the most special people that I know. And I do know a lot of people, so it goes to saying. But I'd love to welcome you to anybody who doesn't know Michael Faber. How are you doing, my friend?
So, brother, you can always hype me up.
Yeah,
I, I won't hate it. You can hype it up.
you can never overhype you, man. I really mean that. The things that you do and the people that you support. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I thought about. I mean, we could talk more than there's just a half hour, 45 minutes about you and the things that you do that are passionate. But I really just wanted to start off first, to check it on you. You said you're doing okay today? Okay, just doing all right,
Doing
or
fantastic.
you're doing
You said okay.
fantastic now? Okay, all right. I want you to be
You're
fantastic.
switching it up on me.
Excellent. So one of the things, and this is, I just want to make it known, this is the first podcast episode. I didn't wear a teal shirt. I'm wearing the Unleashed out of respect to you. Yep, here we go.
Nice. Look at us twinsies.
That's it, man. Yeah, they can't tell us apart.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
They're
the
like
better
the
looking guy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito
Yeah,
twins.
yeah, I'm the
I
Danny
don't know
DeVito
which
guy.
one's which,
Yeah,
but yeah, I
I'm
don't
Danny
know.
DeVito, man. I got to tell you,
Mm.
but
Matters today.
so I wanted to talk first about communities, right? Because I'm not going to
Mm.
start the things. I want you to talk to me first about the Blue and Green, right? The Unleashed You, which is the organization you run, right? The community that we're all part, not all of us, but we all should be part of. So I'd love to hear really when you first created the idea, how'd that go? How'd you do that?
Really, it was like thinking about what I needed at the times when I was struggling and didn't have, and which there was. Right? Like there's you go back to like just instinctual things in DNA fabric things of people, right? Like for the existence of us, right? I'm a nerd, weirdo, history guy, right? And I know we connect on history because we both like it. Um,
Both nerds, yeah.
yeah, 100%. And have it no other way. But for the beginning of time, we've been tribal beings, right? Like everyone wanted to belong to something bigger than themselves, right? Like they wanted to know people had their back. They wanted to know that they weren't alone in the struggle. They didn't want to celebrate alone. And for a while, how I built my life was that everything was less of because I had no one to experience it with, and most of the time it was my doing.
Mm.
All right, so one of the things I wanted to do was create the place that was like the family some of us didn't have, some of us had, didn't have anymore, some of us had, but just wanted to extend it, like what we really wanted family to be. People that will push us, people that will support us, people that will hold us accountable. I would say like three things I want from the people around me: lift me up, build me up, and check me to keep me up.
Hmm.
That last one's a little uncomfortable at times, but important,
For sure.
right? So I think creating this was really like what I wish I had and didn't even know I needed.
Yeah,
And then it was like other people probably need that too.
yeah. That's how I felt. I mean, um, I was always looking for community, and I was chasing, and until you were just like, dude, the door's open, just walk in, and I'm
Yeah,
like, no, 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 I can't walk.
I had to beg you for over a year.
Yeah, yeah, right. I was watching it, and
Yeah,
is it what's this guy? I'm looking at people who looked more polished, right? From
right.
the outside, and then what I realize is it's the inside that really matters, right? I mean, I knew
Uh,
that before, but there is nobody with a bigger heart than Michael and his family,
you got a
and,
bigger
and,
heart.
a lot of and a lot of the people, um,
Hey, some of them.
yeah, yeah, well, a lot of the people in the community. No, no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
our
yeah.
in our community,
We had a
I'm
lot
not
of Care
talking about
Bears.
out there. Everybody, there's a lot of people not out there for you. But the one thing about the Unleashed that separates the Unleashed versus other communities is they really don't. You don't hear about people complaining, oh man, this guy's pitching me. Yeah, they pitch
Oh
maybe
yeah,
once and then they're like out, you know,
yeah, yeah.
just
You
by
realize quick it's not for you.
yeah, that nobody in the Unleashed does that. With they're all really heart-centered people.
Mm.
I know you always say I have a big heart. I'm just another person in that community. It's not the biggest heart, it's not the smallest heart, but
It's the biggest.
yeah. All right, well, doctor says it's okay.
I'll argue with you. It's the biggest. That's why it's having a hard time pumping. So
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
All right.
Only two arteries, right? Just the two big ones.
Whew.
Woo!
Um, the one of the things too I like to say, like, right, you're luckily you didn't meet me when I was polished Mike.
Mm,
Thank God. I didn't like that guy. I like that guy less than I like this guy. Right.
yeah.
And I barely like this guy. Right. But the thing that I always wanted with our community is to be real. Right. Like what I hated with a lot of other communities was there's a lot of acts.
Mm,
People would act one way and then, show you another. Right. And then like my thing is like we're gonna have times where it's gonna be ugly. Like we're gonna have times that are gonna be messy,
hmm
sloppy. We're gonna have heartbreak. We're gonna have tough, right? Like what I really just wanted was let's not pretend like they don't exist. Let's just be real.
Yep.
All right. And one of the things I really cherish and find refreshing in our community is that it's not going to be a bunch of highlight reels. All right. People when they're struggling will tell you they're struggling. All right. People will tell you when they had hard days. People tell you when they had good ones. Right. It's very real. And that gives permission for other people to be real and say what's happening in their world, good or bad. Right?
100.
And I think that's a huge thing in community that I think lacks a lot these days because a lot of people will get ridiculed or judged or brought down because they're struggling or not doing as good in some sort of area that they believe they're supposed to be. I've never heard you say that. The but it's like with our community, it's just like no, we're gonna embrace wherever we are today and wherever we are tomorrow. So we're just gonna embrace that.
Now, a lot of the things that you do are very intentional. So not only
Yeah, I'm a dick.
what's the meaning of the Unleashed? Because I want to then talk about, or you can also then tell me about the blue and green, right? Because a
All
lot of
right, all
people
right.
talk when we talk about the Unleashed, we might not even say Unleashed, but we'll be talking about the blue and green. What does that mean to you?
All right, so we went with Unleashed. Originally, it was called CMF, and I hated it. It was named after me. That was a suggestion I was given by a business strategist, and my ego was perfect for that at that time.
Hmm
And then as I worked more on me and my ego, and I was just like, hey, it's hard for someone to belong to someone that has someone else's name. You know what I mean? What are a bunch of people going to call themselves Michael Faber now? Like that'd be weird. So as I worked through like ego issues and really committed to what I wanted, which was something that um one of the things I love, one of the compliments I love is when people say, I didn't even know who owned this thing, like who ran it. And I was like, correct, we all do, right? Like we all shine. This isn't for one person to shine. All right. So when I put everything together years and years ago, I was sitting in a room, Frank Payton, Steve Rogers, myself. And I think Michael Hudson was there for a little bit of it. And we were just talking about mindset of it,
hmm
what someone needs to do to like really live their best life, live their, I would say that term, live life on their terms. Right. I think all we can ever ask for is to live life on our terms. Right. Like, and unfortunately, we have to do more than ask. We have to go create that. But I would do as easy as just ask. That'd be great. but it's not. So we were talking, and I said, really, my answer was it's unleashing. It's you're unleashed from the chains of tradition, of family, of culture, of society, right? Of like what everybody else tells you and makes you believe you're supposed to be that at some point you own like you're supposed to be it. Right? And it was like unleashing from all of that and just being like, who the hell am I? Is this who I really want to be? How do I become who I really want to be? All right, like let's take those steps. Right. And why was because I had to do that. I had the fanciest cars, right? Like I had the biggest house in the development. right? I literally would tell people the square footage of my house like they gave a shit. Like they were going to move in a piece of it. Like they care. Who cares what your square footage of your house is? No one. Like you do. You live in it. Enjoy it. Right. I had rooms, no one even went in. I had rooms that like were never used. I have no idea why. Right. Because I'm an egotistical maniac. Right. And I did all these things that like did not matter. Right. And it was such like uh almost like a mind fuck in a way. I don't know if I'm not supposed to curse on this
You're
thing.
all
Am I
right.
not supposed to
You're
curse?
all
All
right.
right.
I'm from Brooklyn. It's all right.
That's my second
It's
one.
French. It's French, what I was told. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yes. Good. French. I speak French fluently.
Fluently.
Um, right. So the it was really a mind mess, right? Because everything I thought I was supposed to be left me empty,
Mm.
and I was like, Jesus, is this really what it's supposed to be like for other people to think I'm something, for me to hate me?
Yep.
Right? Like for me to hate waking up in the morning, for me to hate walking around as myself, all because this is what I was told it was supposed to be like. This is what culture rewards or society rewards, right? Like, and it rewards me and shit I don't want either way, anyway, right? Like, I'm like, this is a horrible contest to win.
Right. I'm pushing for stuff that I really don't care about, like
Yeah,
just to show somebody something. Yeah.
right. So they think something of me that I don't even think of myself.
Right.
All right. And then finally it was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I want to like me, right? Like, I don't want to hate me,
Yep.
right? Let's start there,
Right. You got to start there no matter what.
right? And one of the things, Nipsey Hussle, I always drop Nipsey Hussle
Yep.
every time I talk. Long live the great, right? Nipsey Hussle said this quote once. He said, "Would you rather be at war with the world and at peace with yourself, or at war with yourself and peace with the world?"
Mm.
And for so long I was trying to be peaceful out here and at war with myself, and that was horrible. So then, after that, I was like, "Man, I want to be good with me."
Yep.
And if I could be good with me, be true to be true to my heart,
Hmm.
have intention that is meaningful, that means well, that is aligned with who I am, the code I live by, then I can be okay with whatever happens out here. Whoever likes me, whoever doesn't like me. All right, like whatever that is, that is. As long as I know I live in my code. Right. And that's when everything kind of changed. And so I was telling the story, and the guy's like, oh, so it's like the tree quote. I was like, what? Like the tree quote. He's like, yeah, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today, is now.
Correct. Right.
He's like, so the best time to unleash yourself was a long time ago, but the second best time is to unleash yourself now. It's
100%.
like unleash you, and I'm like, unleash you now. I'm like, I like that ring. And what's funny? Originally, I said that as an event name, Unleash You Now Live.
Hmm.
And the guy's like, no, you're thinking too small. Unleash You Now is the business. And literally in that moment, he drew the logo and on a napkin, on like a bar napkin. And he drew the logo. And I always try to say the story and say his name because tragic story is young guy's heart just gave out 2 weeks before his son was born.
Oh man.
All right. And so I try to say his name so he lives on. So if his kids ever hear it, they know that his dad was a good man, and was great at what he did, and was a great person. So that's where it came. That's where the name came, and it was because it's about unleashing ourselves from all the things that don't serve us, that other people made it or programmed us to believe, and living in accordance with the code that we create for ourselves.
Right. And so each person creates their own code.
Oh yeah,
Not only is your society's code, you got to create a code for yourself. So,
right.
so how did you
And
create your code? I mean, obviously at the beginning, I mean, much like you were saying, you had that person who you didn't like. My nickname growing up, man, was Kid Ego. Get me on a bowling lane, man. You didn't want to be anywhere near me. And it
I got a bowl with you.
yeah,
I'm
we got a
awful,
bowl
but I
one
want to
time.
bowl
Yeah,
with you. Yeah, yeah, I'm
we're
horrible. I'm not going to beat you. But Hudson's
great
normally
now.
pretty
I haven't
good.
bowled in
You look
years.
like trash, though, right? But I want to go bowling with you.
Okay,
I want to see you in your element.
all right, we'll do that next time I come down
Or,
to
there you
Delaware.
go. You come. I'll take care of the place in bowling.
All right, done.
There you go. Deal.
So,
Um,
so how did you create your code? You know, And does does your code change as you learn more things?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely changes. I hope so. But like I really hope we change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so I hope your code changes. Right? When I was younger, I didn't care about hurting someone. Like you stepped on the wrong side, there's gonna be repercussions to pay. You have to understand that. Right? There was a couple of things like in my code, you have to understand I was meaner than you. Right. And because I want you to know that in case you try to mess with anyone I care about, I want you to know who I am.
Mm,
Right. And part of that was my code was programming. Part of it was, well, it was mostly all programming, but came from some family,
mm,
right? Some culture, some environment where I was located, proximity, right? Like I grew up around a lot of, you know, mafioso type
hmm
men, right? And family, right? So one like family was programmed to me to be it, right? Like it's family above everything. So that's why I call the mastermind group the family.
hmm
And it was more for me to understand like I got to put that above everything. Like I got to work here is where I got to focus, right? Because this is the family, right? But so family was everything, and then it was understanding there's a difference between blood and family,
Sure. Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Right.
because I have
Yeah.
I have a lot of blood
Yeah.
that hate my family, and I got a lot of family that ain't my blood,
Yeah.
right? So family and blood ain't the same thing. And then as you get older, you realize that a lot of the aggressive behaviors was out of hurt, out of protection, right? From hiding a piece of me that I didn't want to be seen,
Mhm.
but then it couldn't be recognized. So how could I make people recognize it? Was I made them feel it,
Yep.
right? So you realize it was a lot of your hurt talking,
hmm
and then you start trying to do good to make up and hopefully even the scales out a little bit of the good you do to make up for some of the shit you did, right? So then it becomes like almost like a make it right story,
hmm
right? So hopefully get it close, right? So at least I could debate with God if we meet. You know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, but look at this stuff though, right? Like, like I don't know if it's going to be like a law kind of like mock trial thing that you got to convince
Right.
each
Yeah.
story.
I don't know how bad the scales are screwed up. But God, remember,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I get to speak in my
remember that old
defense or
lady I
what.
helped across the street?
Yeah, right. I carried a bag for somebody once.
Yeah.
I just gave an old lady a ride home from Walmart a couple days ago. Uh, yes, bro, I was in the parking lot of Walmart. Right? My daughter works at a place near Walmart.
hmm
So I'm in the parking lot. I just dropped my daughter off from the parking lot. You know, after sometimes, yeah, you know, because you have kids. Sometimes when you drop your daughter off or they get away from you, you just need a breath,
Yep.
right? Because you held in a lot of things that you're like, this won't be productive. If I
Yeah.
say I don't want to fight, I'm just going to take a
It's
deep breath.
great how they're trying to educate us. There's
Yeah,
no way that I could have done that to my parents, and I know
yeah,
from the story,
right,
at
right,
least with
yeah,
your dad, uh, you know,
yeah,
um,
right,
you were not going to give him advice, or I wasn't giving my dad advice. Like
right. I would die trying. Right. A little more time.
these kids
Um,
have no problems.
no, yeah. So she gets out of the car, walks in. I'm like, right, it's okay, it's all right, right. Like calm myself down. Like it's all right, just take it, right. And I hear out of the like out through the window. I have like a gap in my window, and all I hear, Redbeard, is that you? Let me tell you, in my life, I've never had the nickname Redbeard. Okay. So I know this person does not know me, right? Because no one knows me as Redbeard.
Right.
She's like, oh my God, it is you. Right. I'm like, do I know you? And she's like, oh, don't act like that. Right. She's walking towards me. I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, oh my God, we've hung out so much. Like, I know you're lying.
Right.
Right. Like, because I know I didn't hang out with you. I know it can't be so much. Well, just gets in my car, opens my door, sits in my passenger seat. It's so good to see you. I need a ride down the street. I was like,
Oh
oh,
boy.
okay. So I was like, the Lord, the universe, whatever you call it, I don't care. It has a sense of humor, right?
100%.
As I went from trying not to freak out to not complaining in my car, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm giving you a ride now. All right. She has a book bag. It looks huge. She has 340s in her book bag.
Oh boy.
I was like, you want one? I'm like, no, I'm okay. I live 4.82 miles down the road. Like, how do you know that?
Somebody used GPS.
4.82. Yeah, right. Like, all right. Right. So I literally take her down someplace 4.8 miles from Walmart. I've never even seen this place. Like, this place is mythical to me. Like a whole new land. I didn't know if I was going to make it out alive. I was like, Jesus. Right. But yeah, so it's weird how situations will put you in those moments. But in that moment, I had to remember and see that it was that even in the craziest times, you can contribute.
100%. Yeah.
I took a lady that was like 7 years old home. And what's awesome was she got out of the car, took 2 steps, sat into a lawn chair that was near her driveway, and cracked open the Ford and just sat there. I was like, God, I hope that's my life one day.
Once,
That's like,
there you go. You aspire to that.
like that was their biggest worry, getting that lawn chair. She even made up that she knew me. Also, the crazy balls on her to pretend like you know me. I look like I'm dangerous, right? Like I look like I might do drugs, right? Like I look like I might ask people for money on the corner, right? Like I look like it. She had no fear, right? I just walked,
I
got in
guess
my car. I
I
was like,
guess you're walking around with 340s and you're 70 years old. You're like, dude, at least he looks like a guy who would maybe even party with me, man. You know.
I mean, yeah, if you're 70 walking around with 340s, you don't give a shit. You're like, whatever. But sorry, so that took me somewhere. But it really reminds me of like what we're about. Like in those moments, you're gonna see some things.
For sure, there's always something you don't know what you're going to see. But it also shows you part of your giving heart. You're kind of easygoing now, for the most part, and but you're willing to give. And one of the things I want to talk about giving is you run a foundation. You're the person in charge of a foundation. So I'd love to share a little bit more about your memorial foundation, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, don't tell my mom that. She still wants to. She's in charge. Don't. Yeah, don't. This is a matriarch family now. All right.
I hear you.
She's the boss. I'm like,
I'll
all right.
All right. Well, we're
Uh,
gonna talk to Doctor Vinny
Doctor.
shortly. Yeah.
Um, the nonprofit is named on my brother, Joseph Patrick Faber Memorial Foundation. My brother's one of the 22 that served the country and took his own life. He did that in the early 90s. Um, the My ultimate goal is to end suicide, self-injury behavior. Pretty much whatever we're doing, I'm trying to figure out a way to move towards that in everything we do. Everything's for that purpose. It's one of the reasons why Underneath You Now is what it is. It's one of the reasons why the Mastermind is what it is, right? It's and the people I try to connect with and surround myself with and serve are the people that try to make a difference, try to make the world a better place, try to actually help people. They care, right? Like you said at the beginning of this, there's people that care,
For sure.
right? That's the big thing. I want to know what your heart's like, right? Like you can annoy me, you can talk all kinds of crazy shit, you can do things where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing that for? Right. But if your heart's in the right place, I'll get over all that other shit. All right. If your heart's on the right place, I don't care if you do all that other shit right. All right. But your heart's on the right place, you're dangerous. Get away from me. All right.
Yeah. Right. You can't fix a heart in that way. Like
Right.
either you care or you don't care. And if you don't care, it's okay. That doesn't mean
Right.
anything. But you know,
Just got to create some distance. Yeah. Right. It's like Ron White said, you can't fix stupid.
yep.
Yeah. I don't know if you can fix a shitty heart, but I can't. So we're going to go let someone else do that.
That's
Right.
not my job.
Yeah. That's above my pay grade.
Yep.
Right. So, but the foundation was the original starting point. My mom started this thing back in the 90s, in the mid 90s. And it was all about ending suicide, selfish behavior, and bullying. And there was therapeutic services, so our a prep program that went from like first to third graders, and it was promote reading and enthusiasm. Why is because work on a lot of self confidence because a lot of bullies come from lack of self confidence,
Right. Yeah.
right? So that's how they try to do it. Um, and really, it was just help where we can, and it's evolved into help where we can. Right. So one of the things I could not stand was when someone could help, but they're like, "That's not what we do." I hate that. I'm like, no, you help. That's what you do. So help.
Either you help or you don't help, and that's okay.
No, we only help this way. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Right. So like we expand now, and also like I said, my mom's doctor. She
Yep.
can see people in ways that I cannot. She can help people in ways that I cannot. Right. And I don't have a bachelor's, so I doubt I'm going to get a doctorate tomorrow. You know what I mean? I did go to school long enough to get them. I just didn't get them. I went to school for different reasons, not degrees. The so
Still learn, right?
Yeah, yeah, I love
I mean,
learning.
I mean,
I don't
really,
need a paper.
it's one of those things that you're one of the smartest people I know, and I know a lot of
Stop
smart
lying.
people. No, you do. You know, in
You
certain,
called me brilliant once.
yeah, no, but in certain areas, man, you're just kind of so smart that the stuff that you pull out of your your beard,
I
you know,
thought you
really
were going to say ass. I
um,
was like, do it.
yeah. I don't want, but I know you always sell yourself short and stuff like that. It's part of the myth, the man, the legend. But the legend is, man, I know who that is, and he always brings in such powerful things. And even if he's only telling you the same things, hit them, and you have to hear it so many times to get it. And when it resonates with you, how did
Mm.
you get to that part? Because obviously we all were dumbasses when we were younger. What was the moment in your life that you were like, all right, I got to change things?
Oh, God, I wish it was. I always laugh at this because I wish it was always like everybody talks about that moment, and like I'm hard headed, man. So I had moments,
Yeah, sure.
right? Like, yeah, God had to hit me multiple times to get me to understand, right?
100%. Bring it
And
back, man.
yeah, right, exactly. So, um, there was times like my brother dying, some of my boys dying right when I was younger. My pops dying when I was younger. Like they changed me, right? They made me different. Some made me better, some made me worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The having my daughter was a huge moment for me to start turning around. It's when I stopped being okay with just being a troublemaker, right, and just that guy, and started trying to be useful, right, and like setting a course that just wasn't trouble. Right? Like in high school, I said, "What I win in the yearbook?" And they're like, they'd most likely be dead or in jail by 21, buddy. So the dean of discipline told me. I was like, Jesus, right? And so that was my outlook, right? Real bright. And then finding out I was going to be a dad at 20 really changed me. I moved away from where I was because um, the problem with building a reputation is that some people will make you show that it's real or not. Right?
Mm,
Some people will make you earn it.
yeah.
Right? And so even if I didn't want to be in trouble there, that's what I was. So it was always there. It was always around me. It was always people would know me of this way, and they would test me, right, to try to earn their own cred, right, their own respect. So I knew I was going to have to people, places, things.
Hmm.
Got to change some things, and I wasn't strong enough to be like, no, I'll stay in this dirt and grow different. All right, so I was like, I want a real chance, and I can't make it as difficult as I might like. I got to make it as easy for my daughter as possible. So I moved to Delaware because I said, who the hell gets in trouble in Delaware? Right, and I've done for the most part pretty good here, not getting in trouble.
Okay.
We all
Congratulations.
know a nipple story, but we don't get into that today. The but and then I stayed pretty much like I was this fake businessman, and that's when all the material shit and stuff that really didn't matter. And then and in 2011, when my boys died, Matt Carter, and that kind of threw me for a hell of a loop because I always pride myself on being a man's man.
Yep.
I'm there for my people.
What did
Right?
that mean? What did that mean to you then, and what does it mean to you now?
Well, it means a lot of the same. Man's man, you show up for your people, you show up for your care and love. Uh, you're the fabric that you want to see and you want to be. Like you stand for your people. You don't let them take it alone.
Hmm.
Right? You stand on your word and your bond.
Hmm.
Right? Like I'm still a spit shake guy. Right?
Hmm.
Like that's my bond. If I spit shake, I'm gonna do my damnedest.
Yep.
All right, someone's really gonna have to mess me up not to make me get this done. All right, because that's some of the few things like no one can take from me. Only I can give that up.
Correct.
All right, so they mean something a lot, and the the idea of it's the same, but now it's just I understand it's out of a place of love now. Like that's how it changed. All right, at the time, it was more when I was younger. It was more like an ego and aggressive thing.
Hmm.
All right, and now it's more of a out of love. I'm a man's man out of love. I'm going to be there for my people. I'm going to show up.
Yep.
Right, like one of the biggest compliments that I get that makes me feel good. Right, like is when someone says like, "Man, you always show up."
Yep.
I'm like, "Damn right, I'm going to show up." You know that I'm going to show up. All right, like good, bad, or indifferent, but I'm going to show up. All right, and that means something to me. So living by that code, being a man's man, um, that was always something that no one could take.
Mm.
Right, like I had to be it. You can't take it from me. I can
Right.
just keep being it.
Right. That's
Right.
integrity.
So right, and it's something that I could hold. I could put my hat on and be proud of,
Hmm.
and no one could change. Right, and then when he passed, it was kind of like it really checked that on me. It popped that ego part of it.
Mm. Sure.
Right, because yeah, he called, I answered the phone, whatever, but clearly I didn't do enough. Right, because the outcome.
Right.
So that really shook me. It made me check myself, but it also made me check how I showed up for my people.
Mm.
And I went from like the good time Charlie, right? Always having the parties, always having people over, right? Like the surface level bullshit, right? And made me get much more depth of connection, less amount of people,
Hmm.
deeper with people,
Right.
right? And the type of person that I wanted to be around, that I wanted to hang around, that I wanted to pour into, that I wanted to pour into me. I didn't care anymore about any of that shiny shit. I wanted real substance. And that's kind of how it, so that kind of, in 2011, that's still, I'm on that path still from that incident.
And you keep growing. So what do you do
I
now?
hope so.
Yeah, what do you do now to keep growing? No, I'm not, and it's not for you. I know it's not about business. It's not a,
Right.
you know, oh, let me grow my business.
Yeah, my
Yes,
business model sucks.
yeah, that's excellent, but it's about you growing yourself as well as your people. So what do you
Right,
do to
right,
do that to rise
right.
money?
It's funny. Everyone's like, oh, you teach your business model? I'm like, no, the business model from you now is a horrible business model. It's I teach people business models that actually work. Right. But the how do I grow? I think growth is extremely important. I know how it's changed my life. So things I actively do to grow, I read,
Mm,
right? Even long ass books that other people write,
yeah,
right?
I hear you.
For me to read. I read them. Didn't even have a picture or a pop up drawing, nothing. I couldn't even color something, right?
I can't draw, man. I'm sorry.
Me either. Me either. I draw stick people, but
My stick people don't even look like stick people.
perfect. Um, so I think an easy way. So like a lot of people think you need to spend a bunch of money to get in your growth journey. And I would say like when I started my growth journey, it wasn't spending a lot of money. It's because I didn't trust the space. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a lot of books. That doesn't cost much. It was a lot of YouTube videos. It was a lot of podcasts. Right. Things of that nature that I heard different things.
Mm,
Right. Different ways of thinking or living or being. Right. Opening the possibilities, right? If I don't know it's a possibility, how can I know to do it? Because I don't know it's a possibility. So that opened my mind to like, you don't have to do it this way. You can try this way,
correct.
right? Like if you're tired of beating your head off that wall, you might want to try something different, right? And this gave me the vision to see there was another way, right? So I was like, hold on, let's not keep slamming into this wall. Let's try this way, all right? And then just as soon as you take a step down another path, your vision sees different.
Opens up, yeah, 100%.
Right. So the more you do that, the more your vision. See, like I'm a big person about vision and then clarity. Right. And here's the problem. We don't get either of those by standing still.
Right.
So a lot of times we're waiting for that right time. We're waiting for the right moment. We're waiting for this to align. We're waiting for this to be right. I'm waiting for my bank account to look like this. I'm waiting for my health to look like this. And it's like we're waiting, and I'm like, you don't get it by sitting here,
Correct.
right? Whatever you think this right moment's going to happen, it's not. But you're going to fucking see things and learn ways by taking steps,
Mm.
right? Because your angle changes, and that means your vision changes, and then things become clearer. All right, so I'm a big component on take steps. Like I don't care if it doesn't even work, just take the step because now at least when we took the step, now we know it doesn't work this way or this time this way.
Right. You can
Let's
make a
try
pivot.
something different, right?
That's
Well,
a
now
real
we can
pivot. Yeah.
adapt. Now
Right.
we can pivot, right? We can adjust, right? If we don't take a step, we can never adjust. Right? I always think about, me and you history. I like to talk about it. Vikings.
Yeah.
When the Viking culture, right, like that society, they would always go almost like towards Russia, right? Like to like what the Soviet Union was. Um, they would always go the same way to rape, pillage, right, steal,
Right.
right? And as the Vikings aged, that was cool for the first couple, but then like third generation's like, barely ain't nothing there, right? Like these people are getting hit, they're hiding shit better, right? Like so we're getting less and less. We're gonna stay broke, like we're gonna stay meat like peons.
Yep.
So they talked about actually getting in their ships and sailing the other way, and the older guys were like, no, 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 you'll die. That's the end of the earth, right? And like they were like, well, we don't know what else to do. We've heard stories of lands, right? So, what did they do? They used the sundial, and they took 28 days of ration of food, right? So they know if they went
The
14
old
days out,
Yep. The old
they
Alexander
had
the Great. Right. I mean, that's
14 days back, right?
right.
And then every day they checked to see their course to make sure they stayed in the same direction and didn't like go in a circle,
Right.
right? And what they did was they kept sailing and
Mm.
they kept checking, and that made them be able to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think of our lives like that. If you're in business, if you're not, if you're in personal growth, if you're in your health journey, this is what you got to do. You got to take the action. You got to sail the boat,
Yep.
but don't just sail it aimlessly. Check, have things you check,
Yep.
right? And then adjust from there. And I think that's the way we actually get to see progress and get closer to our results in a faster period of time.
100%.
Right.
You got to test it, and that's where a lot of people, including myself, have been challenged. Oh, people won't. You already good. If I tell you, Mike, you won't buy this. Guess what? You won't because I'm going to tell you won't, but not because
Right,
I
right,
haven't given you an idea how to make that decision for yourself, and,
right.
and that's that real. Uh,
And a lot of it comes down to belief, bro. Right now, this is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a lot of the people that are having the hardest time taking off, right? Leaving the ground. Is that somewhere there's a belief flaw.
mhm.
And that belief flaw makes them not take action. Right. And in business is extremely hard. Right. Like I make it sound it's a the process of business is simple. Right. Business is hard. One, we overcomplicate the shit out of it. Two, you're dealing with people, and people are complicated, even though they're simple beings.
Right.
Right. But there's a reason why what like 4% of businesses make it 10 years, and of the 4%, like less than half is actually profitable.
Mhm.
Right. Like there's a reason for that. It's not because it's super simple. Right? It's not because it's the easiest thing to do.
Right. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right. It's really hard. So if we know something's really hard, and if we know that we're going to lose more days than we win, we just hope that we win so big on the days we win that it makes up plus more than the days we lose.
Yep.
Right. Now, if we know that, how do we stay a course knowing that a lot of days we're going to get our ass kicked? Right. Because, like, at the end of the day, this is not a math test. Like, 2 plus 2 does not equal 4. Right. there's something else in this. There's things that aren't in the equation that we look at. Heart,
Hmm.
right? Like you talk about will, right? Grit. These
Hmm.
aren't numbers we put in the equation, but they matter. How the hell are we? How do we expect to conquer a beast that is a beast if we don't even believe? And I mean believe fully. And this is how foolish I think a lot of the people are that don't believe. Because I'm pretty sure I can bet you do the same thing when you walk down the street, right? I bet you don't go, God, I really pray the sidewalk holds me every step you take, right? You just take the fucking step,
Yep.
right? Here's this crazy part. You didn't make that sidewalk. You actually don't even know what's underneath it. You don't know how well it will hold. That could be the next crater waiting to go to your doom, right? And then you'd be buried alive in New York City with piss and shit. Horrible, right? Horrible ending. You know the jokes that are going to come from that? You know how many jokes I'm going to say if that's how you go?
I know, right?
God, you'll
Hey,
live
now, so
forever
now I
as a
can't go
joke.
out of my house. No,
Right,
no.
right. But we walk on a thing that was made by people we don't even know with what we don't even know under it. But we walk on that thing with the utmost confidence.
Mhm.
Right? You're strutting when you're walking. Right? You don't even know what you're stepping on. But you do know what you do. You do know how you help people. You do know how you serve people. You know the result they'll get from working with you. And yet you step on that thing like it's a feather and you're going to fall fucking to your death. And I don't understand why people do it. So I always tell people, like, stand on that thing like it's a sidewalk.
Mm.
Right? Like, have that utmost confidence. This is what I tell the team this every day. Like, I'm all in today. I send the team that text message every day. I'm all in. Right? They don't care, maybe, but I care. It means something to me, right? Because it's reaffirming what I already am thinking. There is no out today.
Mm.
Right? There's no other way. We got to do this. Right? I'm living my purpose. I can't not now because I know what it is. But it's also creating that belief. Man, there's not a second of doubt. No matter the bad day, I'm not thinking about out of this. Right?
Right.
Like I said, I told a buddy of mine, they were talking about, like, he's like, yeah, every time I get in a fight with my girl, I just want to leave. And I'm like, well, the commitment of that is strong, bro.
Right.
You're thinking about leaving every time. If every bad day in business, you think about closing your business, how good do you think your business is going to be?
Right. You got to work. You got to
Right,
stand there. Like you and
right,
I have a problem. Let's go stand there and figure it out. And
right,
yes, everything is worth it. Right. It's worth it for
right,
you. And it's not just about closure. It really
right,
is about what is really important to you when you can look at yourself in the face.
right. But I hit one of the mastermind members up with this last week. They were talking about their business, but they're talking about how they're, like, also applying for jobs, interviewing at jobs, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, which one has your attention?
Mm.
Because right now I think both suck because you're not really in any of them. It's like you're so nervous about one that you're like, so you're half in everyone, and half in everything is out,
Hmm.
right? Like if you're almost safe, you're out,
Yeah.
right? So my thing is, like, if we're not, and this is what I've been doing with a lot of things. If I'm not all in, I'm out,
Mm.
right? Because I know if I'm not all in, I'm wasting. I'm
Right.
wasting the spot. I'm wasting the time of the people. I'm wasting my time if I'm not all in. So it's like, where in your life are you really committed, and are you all into it? Because if you're not, then the question is why.
Right. What's holding you back, and what are the things that could make you commit one way or the other? Like to
Right.
whatever else. It doesn't have to be the thing that you thought it was.
I'm
And
just saying,
yeah.
Unleash You Now is nothing like I thought it was going to be. Right. Like we started with one-on-one clients all day, every day. It was miserable. Right. That's what I thought it was going to be. Then we went to groups, and I thought that was all it was going to be. Then we went to day seminars, and I thought that was what it was going to be. Right. Where I talked all day. I used to have 8-hour events where I talked for 8 hours. I feel bad for everybody that paid to go to any of those, man. Right? Like, Jesus, why would you ever do this? Right? Now we're sitting here doing events all over the world, taking a cruise, right? Having conferences, having 40 speakers speaking on stage at some events. Like, I never thought that. Right? Like that, people are like, dude, you dream of this? I'm like, no. Like, this is beyond that.
And some of that is because you didn't know, right? It's like you were talking about
Right.
reading the books. The things that you didn't know, but once you
Right.
learned it, it opened up new pathways.
right? We took steps,
Hmm.
right? We had to keep taking steps, and it was finding the equation, the pieces to fit together, the puzzle to make that you're like, ooh, yeah, right? And I don't think we're done, right? Like it's still evolving, it's still changing, it's still adapting, right? Like
Well,
what
your
do the
people are
people need
growing,
now?
right? Your
Right.
people are growing. I mean, that's the thing
Oh
is,
yeah.
yeah, the
We're
our people.
Viagra for we're Viagra for people, baby.
There you
We
go,
help them
man.
grow.
Hell yeah, right?
We're Viagra for the empowering entrepreneurs, man. We help you
Get
grow.
everybody rising, right?
I'm making that post today,
Yep. Get
and
everybody
I'm going to
rising.
thank you.
Yeah. There you go. See, I was talking to David about Viagra.
Yeah, 100%. I was on
That's
David's
gonna.
podcast
There
talking
you
about
go.
Viagra.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I bring out the best sometimes, right? Like, well, like
You
you and
do.
I were talking, and I was saying about like the circle jerk, and then I put a post out there like that. There's only so many people you can talk about things like that and be like, "Holy shit!" There's a metaphor in there, and that's what we got to use. We got to run with it.
Hell yeah.
Now, I know we've been using a lot of your time, and I don't want to, take up, but I'd love you to explain
For
what
you,
the
I give you all the time, baby.
I'd love you to explain though the blue and green because it's also about that thoughtfulness. You didn't just pick out two colors that just like all right, they look cool together.
No, 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 no.
What does the blue and green mean for you?
So there's a lot that goes into this. First, our the name of the LLC is actually Verde Loma. My dad's LLC was Loma Verde, right, which is Green Mountain. So then when you switch it, it's Mountain of Green, right? And I don't know if you notice in the logo, there's green,
Yep.
right, and there's blue. And these the colors, the meaning behind these colors is huge, right? There's different ways or meanings behind the color. Like every color has different things it stands for, it brings out, right? It's like uh how it impacts us, how it feels to us, or what it releases when we see it, right? I mean, like you know the psychology or the
Yeah,
power
yeah,
behind
yeah.
color,
Psychology of colors. I mean,
right?
that's among the reasons why I have the teal. I mean, teal is a grounding color, and if I'm talking about mental wellness and things that you need to be grounded with, that's among the reasons why I have the teal. And I like the color anyway, but
Right? It's a beautiful color on you too.
thank you.
So when we thought about colors, one, blue is like one of my favorite colors, but green is not,
Hmm.
right? Um, but it was what it stood for. Blue is like calm, a calming strength, right? And it's at peace, right? Like we talked about earlier. You want to be at peace for yourself,
Sure.
right? So it's like finding that thing where it feels right to you. See, when you're doing something that's like not when you're fighting yourself. I'm not talking about that. When you're fighting yourself, there's no calm. When you actually just let yourself be, right? It's like, let me say, I'll use you as an example on your thing, right? You love that. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic, right? So, it's like you at Move Maker or you at the men's retreat,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
You're like, I love it. It feels so good, right? Well, part of that is you're just letting yourself be, but also you're with and doing exactly what you're meant to. So that's always calming
Sure.
because it's good for the soul. So the soul's not fighting now, right? So blue is like we want to find that calm, that peace. We want to find that area, those things, right? And then green is all about growth and harmony,
Hmm.
right? So can we at the same time have this? And I'm a big person, like people try to say balance, and I don't believe there is a such thing. What I want you to find is harmony in your life, right? And that comes from the green thing. And can you have calm and growth? It's like, can we can we take care of ourselves and know ourselves to the point that we do the things that calm us while also striving for what we're here for and to live our purpose?
That's
And
awesome.
that's why those colors are those two, is because I believe both are important.
Yeah, no, it's a weaving of it. And as we're wrapping up our time, I have this piece that I always talk about, the magic garden. I want you to walk into my magic garden, and woohoo!
Sorry.
But no, no, but it's I want you to plant a seed for people who are listening to this, who then they might need to nurture it themselves. So, a piece of wisdom really that we're going to plant. And, you've given us so much wisdom in this past hour that I want you to, plant the seed and see where that grows once it's nurtured.
Right? Like one of the things I go to that's like real simple, but for some reason it's very complex, and I think we both know and been there. Like one of the to even start the journey, I don't want to go too far because you'll miss a lot of the people. A lot of people are stuck here, and it's that you're worth it.
Mm,
Stop questioning your worth.
yeah.
Stop looking for it everywhere else. I like to think of this as like, you like baseball. I'm a big sports guy, right?
Yep. Unfortunately, we like the Mets, but
Yeah, really
that's a
unfortunate
different
right
story.
now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know if we like
Um,
baseball, but we like the Mets.
you know Joe Carter, right? Touch
Yeah,
them all,
yeah. I remember
Joe.
George Carter.
He
Yes.
never hit a bigger home run than this, right? You know what Joe Carter said years after that? He
No.
said, "I wish people knew my career was bigger than the one moment."
Mm.
And that was such like a little line, but very powerful to me because he had a good career.
Yeah, he had a
But
real good.
like no one talks about it. They talk about that moment,
Right.
right? Like that's all he was. And our life, us as human beings, living this time as us, right? Your journey isn't decided by a moment. You are not your worst moment. You are not your best moment. You are all your moments.
Mm.
So we never know our worth. Our worth is decided when it's all over. When I don't open my eyes anymore. When this part of me goes and the soul does whatever the soul does. Right? So it's not for me to judge my worth. It's for me to live it. And if I stop worrying about what my worth is now, I can stop having the debate in my mind. I can live a way that I hopefully create the pieces puzzle, the masterpiece we call life, that I contribute something worth contributing. And then after I'm gone, that we get to figure out what my worth was here. But I'm not part of that. What
Right.
if your worth has nothing to do with you and you don't get a say? You just get to live.
Yep. And as long as you know your own worth, it doesn't really matter what others people puts value
Yeah.
on, right?
Right. But also your worth is ever changing.
Oh, sure.
Right. Like, so my thing is like, a lot of times we'll go and like, I screwed up. I'm such a screw up. Like, I'm worthless. And it's like, yeah, I mean, take the shittiest moment and make it your entire compass.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, then it's a compass of shit. Right. That's like the person that we make fun of that all he does is tell us his highlight reel.
Hmm.
Right. Like, you're both fucking dumb to me. Right. But our worth doesn't get weighed to the end because we're creating it. So wait to the end, then decide if you're shitty or not.
All right.
But
Well,
by then it's probably too late.
yeah. Well,
So
but you, my friend, are definitely not shitty. So,
thank you.
I,
My thing is live your worth.
yep.
Live it.
All right.
Let's find out.
That's a great seed, and I want everybody to remember that. And one of the things I just want to make sure everybody can find you on, all through social media. But also, I want to make sure that we also, how can they find the charity? How can they find the foundation, the Memorial Foundation?
Oh, it was crazy. Someone just sent me a message saying the website's down. But jpfmf.com
Okay.
is typically the site. Um, the there's also a Facebook page for it,
Hmm.
JPFMF, all right, or the Joseph Patrick Faber Memorial Foundation. We found under either.
Hmm.
JPFMF is a little easier,
Hmm.
right? The and also, I mean, if you know me, you can just reach out to me. My number's public. You can DM me, you can text me, you can call me. Um, And also, if you ever feel alone, you ever question if it's what's worth it, you're not alone, man. Just hit us up. We'll talk. You're not ever a burden for us. We care about it. So
And that's true. And speaking from my own experience, and that's one of the reasons why I don't have any problem saying I love you,
love you
and
too, brother.
mean it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and mean it. I love when I get to pour into you because you pour into so many people that they could take advantage of it, or they could even not recognize it just because you're always going to be there, and that's awesome.
Oh yeah. It's something like you do. One of the things I really you inspire me for, and one of the things I really hold you in high regard because of is that you do the same thing. You're going to show up for your people.
Mhm.
Um, it sounds little, but it's a huge thing. And when you know you have someone that'll show up for you, that's huge.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I've reached out, especially I'm working life a little slower right now in recovery. And, so like, I'm like, oh, I haven't spoken to this person in a while. I just sent a message, hi. And they're like, oh my God, I needed that today. And
Right.
however you believe that alignment came, but it's that you don't know what you could do to support somebody, let somebody know that they matter to you.
Oh yeah.
Well, my friend, you matter to me so much, and I want to
Right
say
back
thank
at you,
you
brother.
for the opportunity, and we'll have you on again. I mean, this I could talk to you for hours.
All
You
right. I
know,
was like, dang, cut me out. Cut me
yeah, no,
short.
like statistically, people don't listen to it for an hour. I know they'll listen to it for you for an hour, but uh, as you said, 8 hours of you might have hurt some people. After an hour of me, people are like, "Oh man, I can't deal with that anymore." Uh, But thank you, everybody else, for showing up and listening. I always wish you peace and love in your life. And when you bring a bat, remember, bringing awesome thoughts and always hit your sweet spot. Thank you so much.